Okay, this should hopefully be working. Let me go to the thing, check the mic. Let me change the thumbnail also. Let me change the thumbnail to this. Okay, let me check the audio. Okay, perfect. The audio is good and everything should be good. Now I also need to do an audio test for the audio that I'm going to be working with. Don't need that. Editing, vid. Let's work with the commentary side for now. Let's keep desktop audio off for a second. Okay, that's fine. Now let's turn on desktop audio and hear how it sounds on the stream. Did I not hear anything? What's going on? What is going on? Okay, yeah, it wasn't working. Let's see if it's grabbing it. Sorry for the setup. It's junk. It wasn't working.
Neptunia series is a generic visual novel.
Let's see if it's grabbing it. Sorry for the setup. It's junk.
Neptunia series is a generic visual novel.
There we go. Okay, it is working. Now, apparently, I have 2 watchers. Hey, welcome. Okay, I am about ready to start the stream now. Just want to post the link, actually, to my channel. Not to my Discord server. How do I get to the stream? Live control. No, let me just go through my channel. Seriously, YouTube needs to fix the UI. This thing's a mess. Okay. Is it going to show the stream? No, it won't show the stream, because why would it? Here we go. Now it's showing the stream. Okay. Copy. Is it going to show the stream? No. Okay. New videos. Streaming, because I feel like it. Okay, I can't read your username, the person that just commented, so, sorry about that. Everything's doing very good right now, luckily. Right now I'm actually working on a video that hopefully I'm gonna use to get a good job, actually. I don't want to say what the job is, but if it works out, I could get a pretty good job with this video. And it is Neptunia related, so I thought, hey, I might as well stream myself editing the dumb thing. After this, I'm probably going to be working on the script to my fake cutscene series, but I'm not sure if I'm going to stream that because, I don't know. So I'm bringing back the fake cutscene series for Neptunia. Then I'm probably going to talk with the main artist for the, for whatever it's called, for the Sisters Prayer project in order to just see what's going on with that. So this is the script so far. I did a lot of changes. I'm redoing the whole thing from scratch. Oh wow, I have a nice lot of viewers on right now. Welcome everyone. Okay, so right now I'm basically going to be doing some regular video editing. Now because of that, the stream is probably going to be pretty boring. But if you guys want to learn some video editing, then you can from this. Sorry for the weird aspect ratio for the video. My monitor is 2560 by 1080, and I'm used to editing like that. It's a pain in the butt to edit in any other resolution, and combine that with the fact that I don't have my second monitor on me, it makes it that I can't have the comments on my second monitor. So, yeah, you guys are going to have to put up with this. I'm sorry. Okay. So, this video is for a job that hopefully I'm going to try to get. It basically is like me talking about Neptunia a little bit, because they want a video of me discussing my favorite game series, just a little few-minute thing. So, I think that they wanted to be like a camera type video, which I also did one of those, but I'm like, let me go the extra mile, let me record also a commentary version, do some nice editing with it, and then after I do the nice editing with it, I'll show it to them, and hopefully that'll get me a really good really good job that'll pay a decent amount actually for not crazy hours, and also be editing, which is something great that I could put on a resume in the future. Oscar said, I don't mind being bored as long as the vid is about Neptunia. So it is about Neptunia, not directly about Neptunia. I'm just editing a video of me talking about Neptunia a little bit. If you're curious to see what the script was, what is it? Oh, that's the fake cutscene thing. Here we go. So this is the script to this video, by the way. And in my normal Arcrane 100 fashion, I go off script like crazy, just because I tend to do that. I cannot follow a script to save my life. I'm getting better at it, but usually I tend to go off script just because, I mean, I could record straight off the scripts, but for my videos, I just like the personal touch of going a little bit off script just because it adds a little personality to it. Plus, also, I don't really like writing, so because of that, it makes it that I have to, like, when I script out something, I don't check for grammar and spelling. I don't do everything needed to make sure it's like a perfect script. Okay, so I just did all the preliminary cuts just to make sure that everything is at a baseline. Okay, there's not too many dead zones between clips, and now we can get started with the commentary section. So first I'm going to just go through the commentary, double check for any kind of additional cuts that I need to make, and then I'm going to start adding on-screen graphics. So let's do this.
At first glance, the Hyperdimension Neptunia series is a generic visual novel JRPG series with outdated graphics and pointless. At first glance, the Hyperdimension...
Oh yeah, shoot, I forgot. I one-shotted this. Okay. That means this whole recording is actually it. That's dumb. Okay.
At first glance, the Hyperdimension Neptunia series is a generic visual novel JRPG with outdated graphics and pointless fan service. But digging past this surface level, you'll find a series crafted with a genuine level of love and passion that I haven't seen from most games in decades. Neptunia isn't just some generic fan service game, it's a celebration of video game history. It's filled to the brim with so many video game and anime references that even the game's plots are entirely based off entire eras of video game history or massive controversies from more modern times. The story follows Neptune, a character based off the cancelled Sega Neptune home console, in a hypothetical universe where Sega never actually left the console market. While the series started simple enough,
Okay, so I need to make a cut here and cut that out.
While the series started simple enough with Neptune teaming up with the other console manufacturers.
Okay, there we go. By the way, so the commentary for this was actually pretty experimental for me, because usually what I do is I record everything in separate takes. So just so that way you guys could see my usual style when I record stuff. How I do things is pretty simple. So what I do is I open up this program called AVS Audio Recorder. It's a very old but pretty good audio recorder. Not the most powerful thing in the world, but it does exactly what I want to do. It records audio, and it automatically names it by date and time. I don't even care that it's date and time. I just care that it automatically records it and lets me adjust the level and the mic input super easy, and allows me to play it back with ease, and I like the UI of this. And also, I've been using this thing for over 5 years now, so just the familiarity of it is nice. So what happens is I start a recording, I select the microphone, whatever it is. What that does is from there that it creates everything in this format where it's either date and time, or I usually have it set that does like recording 1, 2, 3, blah, blah, blah. What I'll then do is I'll read off the script a little bit at a time, and then when I feel like that I'm at a point where I'm going to screw up if I continue, then I stop the recording, and I label any good recordings as 1, 2, 3, and so on. So if I screw up the first recording, then I stop it, move on to the second, third, fourth, and then once I get a good recording, then instead of moving on, I go into here and I just rename it as 1. This lets me keep track of everything super easy, because I know exactly which one are the keeper commentaries, and it's a very efficient way for me to just record a whole bunch of lines and get the good one as fast as possible while knowing which one I want to actually do. So instead with this video, I decided to, since since it's a short video, only around 3 minutes long, I decided to see if I could one-shot it. And the problem is that the longer the stretch of dialogue you're recording, the bigger issues you run into when you start to record issues. So for example, with a script this long, it's inevitable that at some point I'll screw up the commentary. And that's what happened over here. Like, I could read the first few sentences with absolutely no issues whatsoever. But then, let's say if I get to this sentence, just because, let's say there's a tongue twister or let's say that I don't have the lines just straight off of memory, that I have to read more directly on it, and because I'm used to not going directly on the script itself, it causes it sometimes that I will inevitably screw up the lines themselves, and that's why I use this method. But because this is only 3 minutes, I decided, let me see if I could one-shot it, and if I do screw up 1 or 2 times, I'll give myself a little bit of leeway. So I will put a small pause between the sections and then re-record it. And I do kind of like this method, so I'm thinking that for the future, maybe I'll do it that larger paragraphs will be in this format, while I will still retain that idea for the whole video, it will be in that segmented format. So larger paragraphs will be in one go rather than each sentence of the paragraph being an individual clip, but the full video will still be segmented. So I think I'm going to do that going forward. A lot of YouTube content creation is just experimenting with what you're able to do, what works well, what doesn't, and so on. So let's continue with the edit.
While the series started simple enough with Neptune teaming up with the other console manufacturers to combat game piracy, it expanded over the years as the video game industry has progressed. At the start of Mark II, they introduced the CPU candidates, who represent the handheld consoles. Netgear is based off the Sega Game Gear, Uni is based off the Sony PSP, and ROM and RAM are based off the Nintendo DS, with each one of them being a reference to the top and bottom screens of the DS, and them being children being a reference to the target market of the Nintendo products in general. And true to real-life video game history, Microsoft doesn't have a CPU candidate since Microsoft never made a handheld. What I love about this series is that they aren't scared to experiment with anything. Megatag mentioned Neptunia, Blonde plus Neptune vs. Zombies was a crossover between...
Screwed up there again.
Megatag mentioned Neptunia, Blonde plus
So,
Neptune vs. Zombies.
Seems right there. Let me just see that.
Megatag...
Yeah, I think right here is a perfect split. I was scared I might have had to double the FPS. So I think I screwed up a few times with this.
Megatag mentioned Neptunia, Blonde plus Neptune vs. In Super Dimension Neptune vs. Tag mentioned Neptunia, Blonde plus Neptune vs. Zombies was effectively a cross between...
Why does my voice sound a bit squeaky? I think that's because of the way that OBS is working. Is it sounding like that only for the Sony Vegas thing, or is it also for my mic? It also could be just because sometimes I talk in a slightly higher pitched tone when I'm explaining stuff, so that might also be it. I wish YouTube had hey, X person is typing thing. Whatever. No, not from my mic. So it's only in Vegas. Yeah, I think that's mostly due to the commentary. Like, when I'm explaining things, sometimes I'll explain it in like a slightly higher pitched tone. It's just subconscious for me. So I'm like explaining things right now, and say like kind of like that. I'll like read off the scripts, that way I can show you. Like, at first glance, Hyperdimension Neptunia series is a generic visual novel JRPG with outdated graphics and pointless fans. And you get the idea. When I talk like that, when I record off scripts, a lot of the time it ends up like that, just because I don't know. I'm used to doing it like that.
Megatag mentioned
Here's the cut. Okay.
With anything. Megatag mentioned Neptunia, Blonde plus Neptune for Zombies was
here. So right now it's just the cutting.
Megatag mentioned Neptunia, Blonde plus
Let me double check that cut.
With any
Nice tips. Also, I also have a high-pitched voice when recording usually, and I plan many times to do voice videos, so this really comes in handy. Oh, you mean the editing? What do you mean it comes in handy? I don't sound squeaky right now. Yeah, the reason I don't sound squeaky right now is just because when I'm doing something that's more in a live format or that doesn't require scripting, it's more like this. That's why I try to go off script, because if I'm reading completely off script, you can tell. Like if I just read straight from here without, because I like sometimes I try to stare into space a little bit. Like I try to subconsciously like somewhat memorize my script, not fully memorize, but somewhat, so that way I have an idea of what I need to say. It allows me to go off script enough so that way it doesn't sound like I'm completely scripting everything, but it allows me to stay on script enough so that way the video stays focused. But yeah, Oscar, what do you mean by this really comes in handy? The editing tips, or just the way that I tend to record my videos?
Megatag mentioned Neptunia, Blonde plus anything. Megatag mentioned
That was a
Neptunia,
perfect
Blonde plus
cut.
Neptune vs. Zombies was effectively a cross between Love Live and High School of the Dead of all things, with the stylistic choices of the second OP of the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. In Super Dimension Neptune vs. Sega Hard Girls, they straight up just turned Neptune into a time-traveling purple motorcycle for... In Super Dimension Neptune vs. Sega Hard Girls, in Cyber Dimension Neptunia, Four Guys... In Super Dimension...
Here. So that's another cut that I need to make. I think the original section was around here.
In Super...
Let's get rid of the breath. No, let's keep and see how it sounds.
Haruhi Suzumiya. In Super Dimension Neptune vs.
Both edits and the way you record, yeah, maybe. I'm the type, for example, to record many takes at once, but then scrap them entirely and never decide which to use. Yeah, so that makes sense. It really just depends on how you do it. I screw up a lot. On average, depending on the video length, I on average have well over 100 commentary takes. So because of that, I just aim for like one really solid one. But it really does depend, because keep in mind that you're only going to be using one of them in the video unless you want to show bloopers. So once you get like one super solid one that you know you're happy with, there's no real point in doing it over and over again. Also, I'm kind of like in a similar way, except not really with commentary takes, more like with videos. I'll show you guys. It's insane. Archived videos. So happy my desktop is back up and running. Unaired videos 2019. This is just some of the unaired videos from 2019. This is maybe... Oh shoot, I accidentally deleted it. I forgot that my mouse was mapped like that. Okay, let me unmap that and use generic. Okay, undo delete. Yeah, that would be really bad if I accidentally deleted that. This is like a handful of videos that I scrapped from 2019. This is like all of them that I have saved. There's definitely more that I need to add to this once I just go through my computer hard drive files. I haven't been able to go through in a while because I just rebuilt my computer like last week and it's been down for a month. But yeah, once you have one good commentary take, there's no point in really recording more unless you're trying to get bloopers, in which case fake it till you make it. They don't have to be real bloopers. If you want, you can use real bloopers, but you could always use fake bloopers. There's no necessity to use real bloopers, though.
Haruhi Suzumiya. In Super Dimension Neptune...
Do I want to keep in the breath?
Haruhi Suzumiya. In Super...
Maybe I'll shorten that because it'll sound better with the breath, but with less of a break between.
In Super Dimension
That's
Neptune
perfect,
versus
yeah.
Sega Hard Girls,
The
they
breath
straight
is
up
important.
Just turned Neptune into a time-traveling purple motorcycle from another dimension for absolutely no explained reason, and that's the entire joke there. In Cyber Dimension Neptunia 4 Guys is Online, they had us play as the characters as they play an online game, and when the game starts to glitch out, they go to an actual test level with stock Unreal Engine In Cyber Dimension Neptunia 4 Guys is Online, they have us play as the characters as that's the entire joke there. In Cyber...
Here, so let's cut that. Let's use the same logic of, okay, let's have it so that way we keep the breath but remove the delay. As you edit more and more, you get better at a lot of this and understand where to cut and do it faster and faster.
And that's the entire joke there. In Cyber Dimension
Perfect.
Neptunia 4 Guys is Online, they have us play as the characters as... In Cyber Dimension Neptunia 4 Guys...
And that should be perfect.
There. In Cyber Dimension Neptunia 4
Too much of a delay. That's too little. Let's try that.
In Cyber Dimension Neptunia 4...
Wait.
Entire joke there. In Cyber Dimension...
Shoot. Let me mute my mic for a second. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm back. Luckily that didn't take too long. Okay, let me pull this back up.
In Cyber...
Yeah, I think that delay is a little bit too long. I should have been working 60 FPS, but too lazy. Whatever.
There. In Cyber Dimension
That's fine.
Online, they have us play as the characters as they play an online game, and when the game starts to glitch out, they actually go inside the game.
WB? What does that mean, Oscar?
Test levels of the game filled with stock Unreal Engine game assets. CompileHard seems to never be satisfied with the status quo and is always experimenting with new things. And it's this desire to experiment that adds an intangible quality to their games that's lacking in most games these days.
Okay, so that's perfect. Now with that done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the full edit. So part of the edit is that recently, as part of a different video, WB equals welcome back. Got it. Okay. So recently, in order to... basically, I was looking into the viability of just making like a new background layer type thing. I'm going to need to TeamViewer into my laptop. Give me a second. I need to turn on my laptop and then grab the asset from there. What's my password? Shoot. There we go. Got it. Okay. Got my password. So, here we go. MSI. Okay, it should be under data, under... Where was it? Portable temp? Yeah, I think this was it. Wait. Oh, it's right here. What is with my headset right now? Yep, here we go. This is the new background that I made. Let me copy both of these. What is with my headsets? Keep on beeping in and out. Okay, with that, don't need my laptop anymore. Okay, so what I can do now is I could X this out. I can go to my editing SSD. And let's use the background in my first video using it ever. I've never actually used this background before, and I made it, so yeah, let's use it. So first, we need to get an idea of what's actually going to need to be on screen.
At first glance, the Hyperdimension Neptunia series is a...
Shoot, what's going on in my headset? It sounds all tinny. Piece of junk. There we go. Okay, now let's check the audio.
At first glance, the Hyperdimension...
Here we go. Okay. So, first, actually, let me just do it off the script. The first, without outdated graphics, pointless fan service, but okay. What's a piece of junk? My headset. It's a good headset, but for some reason it has range issues, even though it's 5 feet from my computer. Okay. So for this, first I'll need the Neptunia logo. So in this case, what's happening is that I'm discussing the Neptunia series as a generic visual novel JRPG with outdated graphics and pointless fan service. So what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to find graphics that illustrate those points. So first, let's find the Neptunia logo, since that helps establish a baseline of what we are actually talking about. Instead of the logo, let's just search Neptunia. Actually, to give a better illustration, Neptunia PS3. Here, perfect. No, that one's tiny. Let's view image, save image, and let's save it to here. Now let's go to the Explorer. Under video editing, let's rename it as Nep PS3. Now, since this is just a background layer, I think I'm going to put it behind everything, just because I'm not really going to change it ever. Okay, now also this clip needs to be cropped. Why is the master audio here? I don't need that. Where is the... Oh, it's over here, I think. Here, yeah. Okay, here. Do I even have anyone watching anymore? Yeah, 3 people watching. Okay. So I'm going to have it that it does it. I'm not used to this. I'm not used to Pro 16 yet. This is my first time editing with Pro 16. Okay. I'm streaming right now. Oh, thank you. Okay, let's try that. Yeah. They changed the actual button icons on the side, so I was a bit confused with that. Looks like it's not perfectly centered. Interesting. Okay. So if I cut a little bit into it, doesn't matter. But if I cut a little bit out of it, then it does matter, and that's simply because of the fact that it would be showing the white. Now what I want to do here is that I put the border around in this background to illustrate the idea that basically all the assets are going to be inside of that little area. Okay, perfect. So what that means is that
at first glance,
let's have it fade in. Let's have it do 15 frames, which is half a second.
At first glance, the hyperdimensional...
What is with my headset right now? Okay, actually, instead of a fade, let's have a track motion in. So let's lock that. Let's move it up. I need an aux cord. This thing is getting annoying. don't have an aux cord. That is very annoying. Why is this happening? Let's restart the headset. Very annoying. Okay, and let's have it that at frame 15 it comes in and is centered, so y equals 0. And then let's have that. Oh. Let's have that be a smooth transition. Wait, that's slow. Let's do it as smooth and let's check it.
The hyperdimension Neptunia series. At first glance, the hyperdimension Neptunia.
Let's do fast.
At first glance, the
Let me do auto.
At first glance, the hyperdimension.
Perfect. Okay. Let's go.
At first glance, the hyperdimension Neptunia series is a generic visual novel JRPG with outdated.
So outdated graphics and pointless fan service. So I need to demonstrate that. No, actually, the Inafune thing I could use for something later. It's that it looks so bad, but that's kind of the point. PS3. How big is this image? Save image as. How big is it? View image info. General. Oh, it's 1280 by 720. Perfect. Okay, let's add another video track. What is with my phone? Okay. Where'd I save it to? Oh yeah, I need to refresh it.
Dimension Neptunia series is a generic. Dimension Neptunia series is a generic visual novel JRPG
with outdated graphics. So let's reduce the size of this. Now before that moves in, because right now I'm trying to show like my real editing skills. Hey, what's up, Hensai? So right now I'm really trying to like demonstrate my editing skills with this video, so I'm gonna have this move over slightly.
With outdated graphics and pointless.
So this could come on screen a little bit earlier. Here. So 15 frames before this. Now 30 frames. And then I'm going to add a keyframe over there, switch this to a hold, switch this to a smooth, and have it that in 15 frames that it moves over slightly to right over here. Perfect. Let's take a look at how that looks.
The Hyperdimension Neptunia series is a generic visual novel JRPG with outdated.
That's too far. I'll just move it over. Okay, so let's take a look at that. Maybe this would sync up together. Maybe that would work. So this is going to be a hold. This is going to be, let me see over here. That's too big. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Now let's move it in the Y position. That's perfect. Okay, so that's where I want to end up. Let's turn that off. Let's move this over. Let's copy and paste. And what's gonna happen is that this is gonna be a smooth. This is gonna be a hold, and let's see.
Generic visual novel JRPG with outdated graphics and pointless. JRPG with outdated graphics and pointless.
Oh, perfect. That looks great. Okay. So now I just have to add the fan service thing. Okay. Maybe I will upload this because this video is looking pretty good. Neptunia fan service. Wait. Oh, wait. I have the perfect example for this actually. I don't even need to use someone else's thing. I made my own joke with this. Now what I could do actually is, it should be under archived video, right over here. Perfect. I'll just use this. Let's not change that. Let's delete the audio track. Let's only grab what I need. And let's grab a screenshot of this. Now let's delete this. Also, let's remove this from the project. Remove from project. Lots of cute anime girls that look like they transform into game consoles. Whatever. Okay. So what I need to do here is align that up. So let's put this as a whole. Let's reduce the size of this. Actually, what I could do is that I think they're the same res, or at least they should be proportional. They are. Perfect. Okay. That's a problem. Are they the same? They are the exact same, actually. Okay. In that case, I'm going to need to reduce the size of both. Here, this is better. Okay. I should have checked this ahead of time. That's good. Let's move it a bit over though. No, actually it's perfectly centered, so let's move it a bit up. No, that's perfect. Okay. So let's copy and paste this. Perfect. Okay, now let's do this as a smooth. Now with this, first let's find the ideal keyframe position that I want to put this as. So the X position is fine, the Y position is now fine. Perfect. So let's see in terms of the audio where to put it.
JRPG with outdated graphics and
Why you know not pronounce my name correctly? Because I stink at pronouncing names. Okay, is this thing working?
Some pointless.
My headset is busted again. Is it gonna connect? You gotta be kidding me.
With outdated
Seriously, Logitech, what is with your stuff? Can't even right click on the dumb thing. The program crashed. I think that's what's happening. Seriously, fix your program, Logitech. This is so annoying. Keeping in the foreground this time.
With outdated graphics and
There we go, now it's fixed.
with outdated graphics and
Here.
it's a generic visual novel JRPG with
Yeah. What? I did earlier. I'm streaming right now, so. 1 o'clock? I'm streaming, so.
It's a generic visual novel JRPG with outdated graphics and pointless fan service.
What is going on here? I can't do anything because this dumb thing keeps crashing.
It's a generic visual novel JRPG with outdated graphics and pointless fan service. Pointless.
What happened here? Okay, here.
With outdated graphics and
You know, what's funny is Logitech normally, like, their stuff is really good. I very rarely have issues with their stuff, but this headset is having a lot of issues right now. Let's do a smooth and let's see how that looks. Actually, wait. Okay, let's switch that. Actually, let me have it at the same as this. And let me have the Y position be the same. Let's do as a smooth. You've never had Logitech stuff, so you have no idea. Logitech usually makes some great stuff. This headset is giving me so much issues, though.
JRPG with outdated graphics and pointless fan service. But
Yeah, that's a great transition. Perfect, nailed it. I would have done it faster if this headset wasn't glitching out.
JRPG with outdated graphics and pointless fan service. But digging past this surface level, you'll find a series crafted with a genuine level of love and passion I haven't seen from most games in decades.
Perfect. Now what's after this? Okay. Neptune, so a celebration of video game history. Video game history. Why is it not giving me images on the top? And of course, now everyone is yelling in the house. Oh my god. Why? This is why I record my videos at night. when no one can bother me, when I could deal with issues without people bothering me. It's nothing good here. Wait, actually, I should have a good meme for that, actually. Where is it? Might be on my laptop. Sorry for any background noise. I should have it here. Here it is. Perfect. Okay, let's put it here.
Neptunia isn't just some generic fan service game. It's a
Okay, what I could do now is I could reverse that transition. So how should I go about this? What I could do is I can reverse the transition and then bring this in immediately after, I think. So 15 frames. Let me go into this a little bit, actually. Trying out something new that I heard that might be interesting. Smooth. I need to do this as a hold, though. And then this is going to be a hold, and let's see how that looks.
games in decades. Neptunia isn't just some
Yep, that looks great. Let's do that as a smooth. Let's copy this and paste it here. Do it as a hold. Here we go.
games in decades. Neptunia isn't just some generic.
Okay, let's actually move this with it.
Neptunia isn't just some decades. Neptunia isn't just some generic fan service game. It's a
Let's see this. There, okay. That's going to be the end point. Now let's have the end point be based on the start point, but as a smooth, and have it be off screen. And let's see how that looks.
Seen from most games in decades. Neptunia isn't just some generic fan service game. It's a celebration of...
Maybe I can make the frame for this bigger, then transition that out and this in. Let's move this over for now. Actually, why don't I have that go? Yeah, that'll be interesting. Delete this, copy, paste. Wait, no. What I could do is copy this, paste it. I might lose power because there's some thunder and lightning outside right now. So what I want to do is, let's take this and let's move it up out of the way instead of to the side. It is looking somewhat good, but there are some issues. Yeah. Let's delete this. Instead, let's have it so that way it gets bigger and centered instead. Yeah, I like that. Okay. I might really lose power, by the way. If I do lose power, then the stream's kind of over, just because no power. So let's see how that looks.
decades. Neptunia isn't just some generic...
And my headset's still glitching out.
Most games in decades. Neptunia isn't just some generic fan...
I like that. Wow, let me see that again.
Most games in decades. Neptunia isn't just some generic fan service game.
Yeah, I really like that. Interesting. Okay. Let's do 15 more frames. What's going to happen here is that this is where it's going to start transitioning off screen. Perfect. Let's have this as a whole. Let's do this as a smooth. Shorten this. Let's see how that looks.
It's a celebration of video game history. It's filled to the brim with
Let's move this back. Let's see how that looks.
just some generic fan service game. It's a celebration of video game history.
Let's maybe move it in a little bit after that starts.
Service game. It's a celebration of video game history.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, this is coming out to be a really nice looking video. I might actually end up uploading this if it looks good enough. I wasn't planning on uploading this originally, but this is starting to look pretty good. Let me see it from the beginning.
At first glance, the Hyperdimension Neptunia series is a generic visual novel JRPG with outdated graphics and pointless fan service. But digging past this surface level, you'll find a series crafted with a genuine level of love and passion that I haven't seen from most games in decades. Neptunia isn't just some generic fan service game. It's a celebration of video game history. It's filled to the brim with so many video game and anime references.
Interesting. That looks great. Yeah, I might end up uploading this. Okay. So now it mentions the references. So let me find a good meme with the references. I might just take something from my reference guide series. Actually, I don't want to take. Oh wait, this might be perfect. Ooh yeah, that's great. That might be a great one. Either that or let me see if I can find something better. Because that's like really easy to show. Because you need something that is easy to see. It like I could have something with like a lot of text that explains a really complex reference, but no one's since it's on screen for a fraction of a second, the viewer's only paying attention to. Since the viewer's paying attention to the commentary and not the meme itself, something with a ton of text wouldn't be very good. So I think I am going to go with the Dreamcast one. Just curious if there's anything else interesting here that might work. Anything else? It's like also part of it is that Dreamcast one kind of looks like marketing material. I don't think it was, but it kind of looks like it to a degree. Yeah, I'm going to go with this one. Okay.
Filled to the brim with so many video game and anime references.
So instead of doing a transition, I think I'm just going to cut to this.
Video game history. It's filled to the brim with so. It's filled to the brim with.
Right here, I think I'm going to make the cut, and let's see how it looks if I literally just slap this right in instead. Let me just check the keyframes for any issues. Looks fine. Okay. Let's make this bigger. Let's see how that looks.
It's a celebration of video game history. It's filled to the brim with so many video game and anime references.
The issue with that is that the transition it's sudden, it works, but I don't love it. Let me see if I could use an actual transition. Interesting. I've never tried using transitions like this. Like I've used these for slideshows, but I've never done it in this way. Yeah, this is a very experimental video for me. Never done a video like this. I don't want something 3D that's too in your face. I want something that's very subtle. Let me try this one. Okay, it's 1 second. I want it to be 15. Okay, I want it to be 15 frames. Yeah, it's fine. Just put it on my bed, please. Thank you so much. This thing is coming out great. Okay, that might be a problem. Okay, so 1 divided by 2 is 30, divided by 2 is 15, so 15 on each end. Wait, no, this is not 60 frames, this is 30 frames. So 15 divided by 2 is 7 each. 7. 25 minus 7 is... Why am I blanking at 18? Wait, no. Oh, just here. That should be...
It's filled to the brim with so many...
Okay, that's a problem. I don't like that. I don't like that transition. It doesn't transition into each other well. Maybe there's some settings I could change for that, actually. Transition properties. The issue is, I'm sure there is a way to crop it so that way it doesn't bleed into that, but there definitely is a way. Worst case scenario, I can just put that layer on top, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it for the amount of time and confusion that would begin to create in the thing. Fun fact: the Dreamcast was the only console you ever had, so I can be considered both Nev and Pudian. You gotta be kidding me! What is this video? Technical issues? The live stream? Hey, at least this editor is more stable than Pro 14. And because of the constant crashing with Pro 14, I basically hit Control S every single time I make any changes, so I don't even need to bring up an autosave, because it should be basically up to exactly where I was. Exactly. And I saved again. It's like unconscious for me. Okay. So I'm thinking, and you know what? Just going one to the other is fine.
With so many video game and anime references that even the game's plots are entirely based off
The game's plot. How would I visualize the game's plot in a way that is easy to grasp? So how would I give a visual representation for the entire plot of Neptunia? That's a very good question. Maybe I shouldn't change the graphic for that. Maybe I'll leave it alone.
It's a celebration of video game history. It's filled to the brim with so many video game and anime references that even the game's plots are entirely based off entire eras of video game history or massive controversies from more modern times. The story follows Neptune.
Let me do a hard cut here.
The story follows...
What I'm going to do is, instead of using a static image of Neptune, I'm going to use one of the, animations. Here, perfect. So let's... Is there a way for me to add something to the project media? Guess not. Okay. Will that do it? Oh, that does it. Okay. Now, this is something new that I've never done before. Create video proxy. Never actually tried this before, but supposedly this should increase the performance and make it so that way it won't hog a ton of system resources.
Home console. In a hypothetical.
Okay, so apparently this is a proxy. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a green screen effect to this Chroma Key Pro. There we go. Is that line visible? It is. You gotta be kidding me. There's a line the size of a single row of pixels over there. I doubt you guys can see it on your screen. Considering this is not a fake cutscene, I'm gonna ignore it, and I already figured out ways to deal with it, but it is very annoying. Actually, I'm curious. Can I reduce it from other ways, maybe? So I can see it right now. Let's say I use feather shrinking. Feather shrinking does reduce it. Let's say I switch it to white. White will not get rid of it. Got it. Will cropping the video get rid of it? Cropping the video will not get rid of it. Got it. Will adjusting the color range get rid of it? That makes it worse, if anything. Sensitivity? Sensitivity will, but it also eats into everything else. Let's do 0.01. Okay, 0.1. No. 0.3. Okay, let's do 1. No. 5 does it. Okay, let's see the minimum requirement to get rid of it. 4 gets rid of it. 3 gets rid of it. 2 does not. 1. So that's the minimum requirement to get rid of it. So let's reduce the, no, here. That should be perfect, I think. Let's add a small outline now. Let's soften it. Add a slight amount of feather. Perfect. This is looking great. This is looking great. Interesting. That's going to be useful when I remake the fake cutscene series. Okay, so.
Modern times. The story follows Neptune, a character based off the cancelled.
So let's adjust where she is.